With the all right, we are live and assalamu alaikum once again for all those watching the recording. Welcome to the official first ever demo class for the May-June 2027, October-November 2026 session. And so we're just waiting for the next 3 minutes and then we're going to be officially jumping off. But till then, I just wanted to bring these two kittens for a small introduction for you all. They're up here telling you that, guys, we can do the coding, like literally look up here. That's not a kitten though, but yeah, of course. They're just there to motivate you, to ensure that you understand that, of course, if I'm sleeping and I can do the coding part, everybody can. So if anybody have been feeding this thing into your mind that computer science is a very, very challenging subject, it's something we can never do, or maybe it might be very challenging for us to understand it, let me break this problem for you. It's literally one of the easiest subjects out there. In the last sessions, a lot of students have been taking our content, our lectures and all that stuff, and literally they always think that, okay, sir, we have been thinking that the course curriculum is very challenging. But in reality, the way you taught us, the way we broke down every problem into smaller chunks and understood every single bit of it, it literally became very easy. So let's just jump on to the class content without wasting any further time. We can start off 2 minutes early, right? Of course. But yeah, we were waiting for your fellow friends. I hope they all joined in. If they haven't, the link is available in the group chat, or you may also share it with your friends. They can join in. But yes, first and foremost thing, welcome abroad. Oh, my bad. But yeah, welcome abroad. So welcome to the first ever official computer science class for the newer session. This is going to be the Bismillah of our new session, and I hope this session is something which allows you all to be fully prepared for those A stars and distinctions, inshallah. Before jumping officially into the course content, I would like to formally introduce myself. So I am Muhammad Maaz Munir. Okay, a lot of you might know me from my Instagram handle, Code Catalyst. But just a few things about me. I'm currently a rising sophomore at LUMS. For all those who might not know what a rising sophomore is, a rising sophomore basically means a person who is going to enter his second year in university. So I just got completed with my first year at university. Inshallah, I'm going to be starting my second year from the September of this year, inshallah. Right now it's my vacation, so full chill on scene. But yeah, I'm a rising sophomore at LUMS, and I'm currently pursuing computer science with most probably a minor in quantum computing. Now, before you all start wondering what quantum computing is, but as quantum computing is one of the futuristic fields within the world of computer science. Okay, I had 7 A stars, 1 A in my O levels. I personally did my IGCSEs though, but I don't know why I wrote O levels up here. But yeah, I had 7 A star, 1 A in my O levels. I had my A in Urdu, which is something I still really think about. Okay, why did I get an A in Urdu? But yeah, I had straight A's in my A levels. This is my picture for anybody who might not have seen me before though, and I got a top in Pakistan distinction in computer science. So just like you all, I'm not someone who is coming up with this intention that, okay, bro, I'm teaching computer science just because I want to teach computer science. I'm teaching computer science because I went through the problems you all are facing at this point. Okay, I did not have very top-notch sort of a teacher who could, like, explain those questions to me which were not clear. I had to go through a lot of problems. I had to face a lot of challenges, and to be honest, I'm here with this intention of ensuring that you all do not go through those problems. Okay, so as someone who did IGCSE and A levels computer science on my own, I broke down this entire model into smaller chunks, and as someone who not only understood it, but at the same time also bagged a top in Pakistan distinction in my IGCSE computer science, I'm coming up here with a course curriculum which is going to help you all understand how to not prepare for an A star, but how do you prepare for a distinction. So we're going to go everything, every level by the syllabus content, ensuring that you guys understand every concept conceptually, which is also the name of our academy. And that's the whole reason behind having conceptuals as the name behind it, because we don't want you guys to go and memorize stuff which is just there for the purpose of ensuring that, okay, exam mein question aega, so I'm going to write it. No, I want every single one of you, whoever is going to be enrolled with us, to understand the why reason behind every single thing. Once you understand the why part, it's really easy to connect the dots. And of course, this entire CS curriculum which you're going to be studying, inshallah, it's a whole story, a story that's going to make sure that you guys love this subject. So moving on, I started my programming back in grade 6. I know it might be a bit, exaggerated term, but yes, if I'm not wrong, I was back in grade 6 when I started off programming. I did some online courses back when I was in my O levels from University of Pennsylvania, which is an Ivy League, and from University of Michigan, which is also a top 30 US uni. And of course, in the center, you may see my certificate for distinction. So you can see I got the highest marks in Pakistan for the IGCSE 2023 session. So yes, I just completed my IGCSEs back in 2023 and my A levels in 2025, which is another good point because the syllabus which you all are going to be appearing in right now, luckily I appeared in the exact same syllabus back in 2023. So there aren't big changes at all. And so this means that the content which I learned for my own exam, today I'm going to be teaching that own stuff to you all. So you should be fully assured that inshallah we're going to cover up everything in great detail, and everything is going to be very streamlined, inshallah. Okay, so in the last session we have helped hundreds of students through our content, through our lectures, marathons, classes, YouTube channels, and all that stuff. For all those who might have been here through our Instagram page, really great to know. But for those who might not know about our Instagram page, you may open up Instagram and search for Code Catalyst. Okay, so you may search for Code Catalyst _. Okay, so that's our Instagram handle, and on our Instagram handle you can see us sharing a lot of useful tips, a lot of useful stuff, and in that a lot of you definitely, I forgot adding that up here, but let me just take a screenshot of it. But a lot of you would be wondering, sir, can we get some sort of past feedback and stuff? And so for that reason, anybody who might want to have a look at the feedback of the students who were registered with us previously or those who took our classes, you may open up my Instagram page for Code Catalyst, and in there's a specific highlight with the name of feedback, which you may just open up, and out there you're going to get all the feedback of all the students who have been a part of our live sessions, to students who have been taking our marathon classes, to students who have been taking our live past paper guidance sessions, and everything else. Okay, so we have helped hundreds of students, alhamdulillah, and all thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and we are continuing on this journey to ensure that all of you who are here with this intention of learning, just because I'm telling you, you guys are the special ones. Studying at this point when you're just done with your Cambridge examination shows that you are of that mindset where you're dedicated enough to cook the exams way better than the people out there who are just chilling, maybe playing Fortnite or RDR2. But let me tell you, right now, if you're giving it your best, inshallah, you're going to be way better than everybody else. When you get those A stars on your mocks, when you get those A stars on your Cambridge result, nothing gives you a better feeling than going and giving that call to your parents on the result day that, okay, I got straight A stars. Okay, so inshallah, that's my goal, to ensure that you guys get that special happy moment. And inshallah, I would expect every one of you to give it your best to ensure that we both can celebrate it together. So upon registering with us, if you plan on registering, you're going to be basically, inshallah ta'ala, given access to these 4 important documents. Okay, so first and foremost thing is our Google Meet, where we're going to be conducting all of our live classes. So right now, the link which has been shared, this link is only for the demo classes. So the next 3 demo classes which we're going to be taking, inshallah ta'ala, they will be basically taken over this Google Meet link. Once you register with us, a new link will be generated, which will be then shared with you all. And of course, anybody would be willing to join our classes, they're going to go and just click on that link and you'll be taken out to an interface. You can join our registered class. Secondly, you'll be given access to a Google Classroom, which I call as short form in GCR. And alongside that, you'll be also given access to the conceptuals portal, inshallah. So you're going to be having access to, inshallah ta'ala, 2 of the portals. I'm going to see which of the 2 I set up based upon the feasibility of the students. But upon the portal, you'll be given access to a few important things. For instance, all the recordings. So all the classes conducted live will be recorded and shared immediately once the class has been over. So like within an hour, once it has been processed, you may just open up your portal, whether it's the Conceptuals one or the GC or Google Classroom one, and you may navigate to that part. I'm going to send a whole detailed video once you have registered with us, inshallah. And you're going to find every single video according to date, according to the mini topic which we have been discussing, and everything just in a proper systematic order. Then secondly, you will be given access to all the digital notes which we are going to be creating and using over this span, including the page which you can see right now. Okay, so you're going to get access to all the notes, and that's the reason any student taking live classes with me, I do not encourage you all to make notes at this point. Okay, so while taking the class, I expect you all to just listen to me, ask me questions, because I love questions. Right now the chat box has been turned off just because we have a large influx of students, mashallah. And so there might be a possibility that a student comes up who is not here with the intention of learning, but he just cause a bit of disruption. And so for that reason, we have turned off the chat box. But once the registered students class is being formed up, the chat box is going to be open for everybody. Okay. So the moment you don't get anything, the moment there is a question, the moment you feel like, okay, there is something off, you just message me and I'm going to stop at that point, ensuring every single one of you understands it the right way, inshallah. Okay. And of course, apart from the notes, you're going to be given access to your topical recordings. So you may assume them to be the past paper Q&A, question answers recording. Okay, so after every topic ends, we're going to do the practice for a specific past paper set of booklet, right? So we're going to do like set of a lot of questions. I'm going to come to that later on, but yeah, of course, all those recordings will also be available on your Google Classroom. And of course, the final thing is that alongside all this, we sometimes miss upon some important documents. Okay, so by important documents, I mean that there could be some examiner marked scripts, there might be some syllabus, there might be some notes, there might be some compiled short notes, some diagrams being compiled, and all that stuff, which I personally call as the important documents. And those important documents will also be uploaded on your Google Classroom, which you guys can easily access and open up and can view at any point. Apart from that, you'll be basically definitely given the access to the digital notes. So when you have access to digital notes, just the way I mentioned earlier, there is no need for you all to basically make notes at this point. Because if I'm giving you these digital notes, bro, just listen to me at this point, ask questions as many as you can, inshallah, okay, and try to clarify your concept. Once you're done with this, definitely over the weekend, you will have time. You may open up the digital notes. The digital notes on their own will be more than enough for you to understand everything. But if anybody has this, what do we call it, habit of making notes, you can definitely make notes up there. And of course, with all this stuff, I know the biggest query you all might be having in their mind, sir, what if I need support outside the classroom? What if, sir, I was sleeping and out of nowhere at 3 a.m. I woke up and I realized that, okay, buddy, I need to ask sir a question. Will sir be available, or is sir one of that teacher who just takes the class, goes, sleep, bye-bye, and never ever reaches to their student afterwards? So just note, you're going to be having my personal private WhatsApp number. Even my WhatsApp number is publicly available at this point though. But still, once you register with us, I'm going to save your contact number, which means that the moment you text me, my highest priority would be answering you all. So all of my students are fully available to reach out to me at whatever time you have that question in your mind, whether that's 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 12 p.m., 2 p.m. I'm going to try my best to answer as fast as possible. So my intention is to ensure you all get everything. So whenever you need help with any concept, any question, I would be always available through my WhatsApp, or of course through my Instagram too, if anybody has that. But you can always reach out to me through my WhatsApp number, inshallah. Once you register with us, you're going to be added into a WhatsApp registered group. Okay, so there will be a specific registered GC that will basically have all the latest updates. And of course, if you have any question answers, you may reach out to me directly, or you may directly share it in that group where you can discuss it with all of your fellow peers. And of course, at the same time, me alongside my TAs will be available with you all to support you in this journey. As for the registrations and any sort of finance related stuff, like a mother called me today asking me about some finance related stuff, do know that from this point onwards, if you plan on registering with us with the conceptual part, what you need to do is, for any registrations or finances related part, you need to contact Miss Naiba. Okay, so up here I have shared the number for Miss Naiba. It's 0318 1772015. You may just reach out to her on WhatsApp, and she's going to guide you alongside how to register. And if there are any sort of finance related queries you might want to discuss, okay, multiple subjects, how much cost would it be, everything would be discussed on this number. Anything related to the course curriculum, about how CS is going to be taught, anything related to how the whole course is going to be structured, any course related content question, you may reach out to me. Okay, so you might have my number, it's in the group, but for those who might not have it, I'm going to write it again up here: +92 312 527 0760. So you may reach out to me and I'm going to respond to you, inshallah ta'ala. Okay, moving on. It's important to understand that you know how this whole course will be structured. So the first and foremost thing is that we're going to be covering lecture contents, which is obviously something evident, right, for anybody registering. We're going to be having 5 classes per week, inshallah. The timings are going to stay the same. It's going to be 9 to 10 p.m. And this is going to be a 1-hour class slot. We're going to be learning, understanding, applying the concepts, doing questions, and everything else. Likewise, if we have any sort of question class which might be delayed, which might be cancelled, or at points I also have this one bad habit that I keep extra classes for the intention of making you all practice. Okay, so we all know there's going to be programming, right, in O-level computer science. So I want you all to practice as much as possible. And for that reason, if there is a need for me to disturb and maybe make my weekend version up by taking a class at a normal Saturday or Sunday, I will be conducting any extra classes on the weekends. Okay, so any cancelled or any extra practice class, which is not something which will be done every week, maybe some week I might plan on conducting it because I need you all to understand something in a better way. We're going to be rescheduling it over the weekends. Okay, but any such thing will be definitely conveyed in the WhatsApp group, which we're going to be creating for the registered tutors. Now, once a topic has been covered in these 5 to 6 classes. Now it depends how long the course content is, but of course, the moment we are done with the topic, we won't be jumping directly into a second topic. What we're going to do is we're going to conduct one live class where we're going to just do the past paper practice for that specific topic, which we also call as what topical. So we're going to do the topic wise practice for each content, for each topic, understanding everything the way an examiner expects from you. And likewise, once a topic has ended, we're going to do one live class, and alongside that they will be given access to 2 to 3 recorded videos of me solving the past paper videos questions. Okay, and those will be for the same topic. For instance, we cover up chapter number 1, so we're going to first cover up the concepts, then we're going to have one live class doing the past paper concept, and then we're going to be providing you all with 2 to 3 recorded videos, which would be more than enough for you all to understand and fully apply all the possible concepts, inshallah. So this set is what makes our course unique, because the moment you do this, you don't only learn the concept, you also understand how do I apply it. So the moment you learn the application part, bro, if you're going for a specific mock exam, or if you're going for your midterms or whatever, you would be fully able to ace every single concept of it. But the biggest problem with online learning is that you learn the concept, you see us solving it, but we never get the chance to review your work, right? Which is why Code Catalyst is trying to make the whole journey a bit, revolutionized or maybe unique by bringing in the part of assessments too. So what we did is we basically hired 3 to 4 TAs who are also students who just completed their OA levels, ideally O levels, and they had like the A's and A stars in their IGCSE computer science curriculum. And what we are trying to do is for every topic that is going to be conducted, for instance, we complete chapter number 1. The moment we do the content, we do the past paper practice, there will be a PDF uploaded on the Google Classroom. Okay, we're going to give you a deadline, okay, like 7 days maybe. And within those 7 days, it's not going to be like a whole set of 20, 25 questions, like chill, like 30 marks, 4 questions on max. And what you need to do is you need to just open up a register. You need to write question 1 and you need to write the answers. You will be submitting that assignment online, and they will be then marked by our TAs, where we will be basically providing you with detailed feedback on what? On how you are writing the answer. Now, the biggest problem with IGCSE O-level computer science is that people know the concept. They don't know how to write the correct answer, the right way of writing the keywords, what to include, what not to include. People usually write extra stuff. They don't need the extra stuff. People sometimes write vague stuff. What do I mean by vague stuff? Point which may seem correct, yaar, haan, shayad ye point valid ho. But examiner does not validate that shayad wala part. So by answering the questions at your end, what we're going to do is we're going to ensure we'll have this authority. We're going to fully accomplish and understand that, okay, you now understand the concept. And if any student out there understands that, okay, there is something not written the right way, Our TS, including me myself, will be providing you all with detailed feedback as to how you can improve it. Now, this provides you with a proper set of understanding everything. You get to know the concepts, you have all your concepts being clarified up here, you have all your questions being answered up here. Then you come to the past paper practice part where we ensure you understand how to write it the perfect way, what content to include, what to avoid. And of course, nothing comes without practice. So when you start practicing it at the end, we now look onto your work to ensure if there is something lacking at your end, we have a look at that so that we can ensure that when you go and sit for your October, November, or May, June 27 exams, you cook it the right way and bag those distinctions and A stars, inshallah. Moving on, let's now officially jump into the syllabus content for your IGCSE and O-levels computer science. Now, a large chunk of students up here will be off sitting for the 0478 exams, and likewise, a big chunk or maybe a very big chunk of students will be going for the 2210. And the biggest query at this point you all might be having, you might, sir, inka syllabus to change nahi hai, ab kya hoga? So the best part is there are a few syllabus or few subjects which apparently have no difference in the syllabus content, exam material, or the paper. And luckily, computer science is one of it, which basically means that any student who is going to be appearing in IGCSE computer science is going to be studying the same content as that of a student appearing in O-levels. And the even more funnier part is that, kiddos, the student who is going to be giving the IGCSE 0478 paper, he is going to be sitting in the exact same exam paper in which the GCE O-level 2210 student is going to be sitting. So apparently, the exam paper is also going to be the same. Now, you might be thinking, sir, ye kaise scene hai? But yes, there are a few exceptions at Cambridge, and this is one of those crazy exceptions. So first and foremost thing, there is no difference in the syllabus content. The exam material is going to stay the same. The paper, which will be for you all, that's going to stay the same, which basically means that every single word coming out of my mouth at this point is something which is applicable to both IGCSE students and O-level students. So I don't want any one of you to be messaging me afterwards, sir, ये जो चीज आपने पढ़ाई थी सर, is this only for IGCSE one? Because my teacher did not taught me this in the class content in the classroom. So just keep in your mind, whatever I share in the groups, whatever I share over the live lectures, whatever I share over the online portal, just know that everything is applicable to every single one of you. So this IGCSE and O-level debates, wo to tata bye bye kar. Now we come to the main understanding of what the whole curriculum is about. So your course is basically divided into two parts, okay? So we have the CS. The CS is basically broken down into two major chunks. We have the paper number 1 and we have the paper number 2. Paper number 1. Now, there will be a lot of students who would have definitely studied computer science in schools and colleges before. But for the students who are up here having studied CS never before, I want to keep you all assured that every single word which we are going to be studying, inshallah, it's going to be taken from the absolute base. So if you have studied CS, good for you. But if you haven't, don't worry, because we are going to cover everything absolutely from the start. So you have to not worry at all. Sub best right, okay? Now, your paper number 1 is that part of your syllabus where the examiner wants to test your theoretical concepts. When I talk about theoretical concepts, I basically mean that the examiner would be wishing, okay, bro, let me see, does the student know what a computer is generally, okay? Does the student know how does a computer generally work? Okay, we know programming is something else, okay? How does a computer basically process that programming instruction? So how does it work? And of course, the third best part would be, how can we use it? How can we use it? So is there any possible way of making use of a computer science just more than the way we are just using it for the fact of like maybe just taking classes? So is there any possible way of exploring computer science in different domains? That's everything an examiner would be expecting you to know when discussing the theoretical part, which basically means that our syllabus is going to talk about generally what a computer is, how does it work, and where could it be worked. So if I have to give you a quick overview of the topics, the first topic which will be there in your syllabus for your paper number 1, that's going to be known as the data representation, which is basically something that is going to understand and explore how does your computer understand all this stuff. So for example, I might be writing something in English, right? So, okay, if I have my graphic pen up here, I might write my name Maaz. So every single one of you out here understands that Maaz makes Mars. Okay. Similarly, I might say Hello, which makes it a hello. Okay. But have you ever wondered how does a computer understand a hello? Computer doesn't know English, right? Likewise, I might be using it to write Turkish inside it. So is the computer Turk? Does the computer know Turkish? No, right? But at the same time, I might sometimes make use of the computer to write Arabic. So does that mean my computer is a kaifa haluka marhaba habibi Arabic? No, right? It's not. So how does your computer understand the data which we want it to feed? So that part is what we're going to be exploring in the very first topic, which is the data representation, where we're going to be learning, okay, how does the computer understand my data? How does the computer interpret any picture? So you might have, so let's say I have my phone with me, right? I might take a picture, what do we call it, from up here all the way to the sky. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically take that picture, I'm going to paste it inside my computer, or like the way I did up here, like this is my picture, right? This. So how did my computer interpret this picture? And likewise, I'm currently speaking, right? So whatever I'm saying at this point, you're going to note that that sound is coming out from my mouth and is coming into your ears, but it's going through a device which I call as a computer. So how is all these different sets of data being represented and shared here and there again and again? That is something which you're going to be learning in paper 1, which is the theoretical part of our course. Moving on, once we understand how a computer processes the data, how it understands and represents the data, the second part would be about how does your computer transfer the data. So data transmission, which basically means that definitely you guys are listening to me, right? So if you guys can listen to me, the voice or the computer binary or the data which my computer is understanding at this point, that is being transferred through some network. What's that network? What's the method used by the data? How is the data broken? Everything will be explored in the data transmission. Okay, why did I add an S up here? Data transmission, my bad. Okay. And of course, at the same time, you guys can see my face, right? You can see my face through the webcam. How is my face being depicted through this camera coming into the computer and reaching your end? That is something we're going to study in data transmission. Moving on, of course, we now understand how does a computer understand me, how does the computer transfer my data, but it's also important to understand how does my dear computer how does my dear computer ensure all this happens, which is all thanks to the microphone which I have in my computer, or the webcam which I might have on my computer, or maybe whatever other hardware piece I might have, which basically means that the third topic of our syllabus is basically going to be hardware. Hardware is that part which we will be exploring what components of computers are used to ensure that we have this experience today. So like one of you might just go after the class, turn on their PS5, grab that controller, and start playing Fortnite. Now, how does your PS5 ensure that all that stuff works? What are the components within the PS5? What are the components within my computer, within your phone, which allows all these things to happen? We're going to explore that in the hardware part. Moving on, then once we have studied all this part, we need to understand that, okay, we know how my computer understands my data, what are the hardware being used up, but without a specific thing known as a software, there is ideally no usage of a computer, right? For instance, I'm currently making use of Google Classroom, Google Chrome, right? So if I did not have Google Chrome, so that would mean I could not have a browser which could have hosted this whole program, right? So the main thing is that whatever happens, the light which has been brought into my computer, it's all thanks to something known as softwares. So the fourth topic would be exploring softwares. We're going to see what are the common softwares, how they created, used, and all that stuff. What are its types? How are they created? And everything in terms of how we can use it, how does the computer work, and how it generally aids the computer part. Okay. Then once we have studied, okay, we have studied how computer processes my wording. We studied how computer sends the data to your end. We studied what are the components used. We studied what are the software being used. Now it's time we understand the usages of where computer science could be used, right? So the fifth topic would be about how we can explore computer science in the world of internet. So the fifth topic is internet and its uses. So you're going to see how can you send data from one end to another through the internet. How does your web browser work? How do you download data? How do you basically ensure that you are safe from those viruses? How do you hack someone's computer? Okay, we won't be teaching hacking though, but how do you ensure that you're safe from hacking? And at the same time, definitely you would have seen those messages popping up. Your computer is infected with virus. Download this one thing, and apparently someone of you might download and बाद में अपने अब्बू को बोले बाबा मैं तो कंप्यूटर पे ऐसा किया था मेरा तो कंप्यूटर उड़ गया I cannot play GTA मैं क्या करूं. So we're going to learn how do you prevent all that stuff. We're going to learn how your computer being used the right way. We're going to learn everything about the pros and the cons around internet and a computer particularly. Okay. And then, of course, we're going to end the course with the topic, which is sort of the most hot topic of the past few years, which is none other than artificial intelligence. Okay, so we're going to look into artificial intelligence and robotics as to how an AI model is created, what's AI all about, what are robots, how are they used, and all that stuff. But again, the whole discussion is going to lie within the boundaries of how it affects the computer, how does it work, and how can we make use of it. So you might learn where in this whole world can you make use of AI. Why is AI so useful? What's a robot? Where can I make use of a robot? Why is the robot so good thing? Why it's bad and everything else. So these 6 topics are what you're going to be studying in the paper number 1, which is my theoretical part. But then comes up my most absolutely favorite topic, which is none other than paper 2, which is my programming. So programming, or perhaps I might also give it a very special name, that is logic building paper. Okay, logic building exam. Why am I talking about it that way? Explain just a second. But remember, paper number 2 is that part which now asks you to apply your brain. Okay, so make use of your brain. There will be a problem being created and you need to think about a problem. Think a solution to how a problem could be solved. What's the computer science major doing? Like, okay, if I study computer science, what would I be doing? You tell me one thing. If I at this point say that I have my earphones with me, okay, so I might just open it up, I might take it out, use it up, and all that stuff. Oh, maybe my bad, it just got connected to my MacBook. But yeah, you see what's happening. It gets connected. Now, this is something which will include computer science at some point, okay, for coding or whatever. But you tell me one thing. What problem is this solving? The problem was that if I take this older headphones, the wide one, the biggest problem is I have to stay within the laptop boundary. I might have such knots due to which I cannot go back. Perhaps I need to stay pretty close. But when I have my AirPods, the best part is that these earphones allow me to have this ease of moving here and there without anything happening. So we had a problem, we thought a solution for it, and we executed it. So your paper number 2 is all about you applying your brain into thinking a solution and then basically drafting that solution. So you might be thinking that, okay, sir, हमें तो बताया गया था बहुत मुश्किल है, coding होती है, ये होती है, blah, blah, blah. So you don't learn a programming language, okay? What you do is you learn methods of how you may be able to draft a solution to a specific problem. So there might be a problem, okay, you're going to a festival and you need to create a program, mini sort of program that counts how many children came in. So you now need to create a solution to, okay, how can I create a solution for this? That this thing is going to happen, then this thing is going to happen, and then you're going to draft it up. How do you draft it up? We're going to discuss that in great detail. Koi mushkil nahi hai, easy stuff hai. But yeah, that's how we're going to be breaking the problem into smaller chunks. Likewise, now if I have to give you a quick overview of what the course content is, now the first topic in paper number 2 or in chapter number 7 is about problem solving. Okay, so you learn about problem solving and analysis. So you learn about how a problem will be given to you. How are you basically going to analyze it? How are we going to break it down into smaller chunks? And of course, how will I be at the end solving it? Okay, that's the first topic. Then the second topic is basically going to be related to programming. Now, when people hate this programming part, they're like, okay, sir, ab kya? Will we be learning Python or C++ or something? No, you're just going to be learning those programming concepts. So that kal ko aap mein se koi CS major karna chahe and they go to the university and they're like, okay, yeah, of course I did study this back with Sir Mars. Oh, yes, I recall this. Sir Mars ne bade achhe se padhaya tha. Oh, this was that thing which was tested in exam. I know this. So we're going to be learning the programming concepts, but we won't be learning a programming language. We're going to learn the programming concepts and we're going to try to use those programming concepts in drafting a solution to a problem. Okay, which would be again following the same concepts which we learned in chapter number 7. And likewise, moving on, then once we have studied this, we will be good to go with every part of the world. Okay, so we now know how a computer works and how you can solve a problem, what could be a problem, how could we solve it, and blah, blah, blah stuff. But just note, it's not the end up here. You know why? Because this world right now is all about data. You're gathering data. Every time you download something, the first thing that comes up is, do you allow this application to gather data for the purpose of testing? You always see this, right? So the biggest or the most important thing in this world right now is data. And how do you analyze data? We do it using something known as databases. So the topic number 9 is basically going to be discussing what databases are, how you store data inside it, how do you process it, what are the possible actions you can take on it. All that stuff will be covered up in the database topic. And of course, we're going to end the course content, inshallah, with our chapter number 10, where we will be studying something known as logic gates. What are logic gates? So just know that your computers are basically made up of different circuits, right? We're going to discuss this, inshallah, in today's class too. But you all know, right? Hazar kisam ke circuits hai. Those circuits in different combinations allow us to create different logics. And how are you going to turn those logics here and there? That is something we're going to study in logic gates. So once we come to that point, you're going to fully understand it in great detail. But this is the whole breakdown of the syllabus. Now, anybody wondering that it's very challenging? Nah, it's pretty much very straightforward. It's really a very easy paper. We're going to cover up everything, inshallah, in great detail. The course content is, inshallah ta'ala, going to be starting from today. And this course is all the way going to be going through to November. The goal is to cover up the content by, inshallah, September end. Okay, so you might call it mid of September, mid-September. And then after mid-September, inshallah, we're going to be doing some past paper practice. Okay, so we're going to do past paper questions. We're going to do some difficult questions. We're going to do everything to ensure that if anybody up here is appearing in the October-November 2026 session, do know that this session is perfectly crafted for you to ensure that if you are appearing in your exams, you are fully perfectly ready for your exam. Now, a lot of sessions will be starting from July, which normally we also always did. But the problem with July is you don't get a lot of time to prepare for the October-November session, right? But if you go with the October-November 26 session from June, you'll be fully good to go for October-November session. And of course, all the students up here who want to get those A stars in your December mocks, of course, this session is exactly what you need. And inshallah, take this session and go and shock your teachers who are like, okay, beta, aap A star nahi la sakte. Kisne bola nahi la sakte? मुझे इतने बच्चे बोलते हैं सर हमें टीचर ने बताया नहीं हो सकता. I'm like, okay, who said that you cannot do it? Everybody does it. You can do it. So everything is possible and easy scene है, बिल्कुल tension ना लो. Now, one other thing is that our way of learning everything would be in regards to the syllabus. Okay, so every topic you're going to be studying, you're going to go through the syllabus, you're going to see if there is anything left or not. I would advise that you also download the syllabus so that every topic we cover up, you look onto the syllabus and you see, okay, humne kitna kar liya, is there anything missing? If there is, you may reach out to me. Okay, of course, I'm a human too, but yeah, you may confirm things with me and understand it from the perspective of syllabus too. And that is what makes you different. Okay, people ignore the syllabus. They're like, okay, there is this book, let's just follow the book. Now, follow the syllabus. Okay, and likewise, this syllabus, if you don't find it, I'm going to upload it on the portal too, so you may access it from there, and easy scene hoga sab available hoga. Now you have basically 2 exam papers. Okay, so if I have to break down the structure of the exams, we basically have 2 sort of exam papers. We saw that we're going to have one as paper number 1, and then we're going to have the other as paper number 2. So the syllabus have been viewed up there, but both of the 2 papers are going to be of 75 marks. which basically means that the two of them are of equal weightage. You cannot say that, okay, one of them is more important, so I might ignore the other one. Now, I need equal efforts for both of the two papers if you want to ace it up. Okay, equal efforts. For both of the two papers, you're going to be having 1 hour 45 minutes. So you're going to have 1 hour 45 minutes for this. And then you're going to have 1 hour 45 minutes for paper number 2. Both 1 hour 45 minutes for the two paper are more than enough. So all these cries from students which you might be hearing, sir, time neither, both time. If you practice the right way, it's more than enough. More than enough. The way we're going to structure it up is we're going to first and foremost start with the P1 content. We're going to cover up the P1 content, inshallah, in great detail. And then we're going to jump on to paper number 2 content. We're going to do paper number 1 plans, resources sharing, practice questions while doing P2 course content. And inshallah, by the end, you'll be fully able to ace it out. Now, people say getting an A star is very challenging. But let me be honest with you all. So we have 150 marks total, right? So out of these 150 marks, we will be basically aiming for what? We're going to aim for a perfect 150 by 150 because we all have distinction as our mindset. So you need every single one of you, whether you're even here with the intention of getting an A, nah, आज के बाद से मुझे कोई ये ना बोले कि सर मुझे A चाहिए, मुझे क्या चाहिए, मुझे distinction चाहिए. Every single one of you out here needs to aim for a distinction. That's mandatory, okay? So if you're aiming for a distinction, do know you need to aim for a perfect 150 by 150, which will be a good. Aata hai, nahi aata, that's a later story. But our aim should be for the best tareen cheese possible. So if your aim is to reach the stars, even though you might not reach the stars, but you will be still in the sky. Instagram, code, but of course. Say likewise, just to make stuff a bit easy for you. You know, आपको A star लेने के लिए कितने marks चाहिए होते हैं? So on average, if you're scoring around 116 to 124 out of 150, you're basically able to get an A star, which is really, you know, something cool. And why is that cool? Because that basically means that you literally have the margin of losing 30 marks, which means that you all just need to aim for 60 plus in the two papers if you're aiming for an A star in two papers, which is after you study the course with us, will be something really easy. Now, a lot of you up here are coming with the mindset कि okay, हमने पाकिस्तान स्टडी इस्लामियत उर्दू पढ़ी थी और तो आखिरी 2 महीनों में हमने कर लिया, तो लेट मी टेल यू, इसको आखिरी 2 महीनों में करना ना काफी बेवकूफी होगी. तो ये बेवकूफी आप लोगों ने करनी नहीं है. Day 1 same, you need to take all the live classes. If you missed a live class, please don't sit in our live class जो उसके बाद हो रही है. Why? क्योंकि every content is basically going to be connected with the previous one. So if you miss a class, the recording will be available. You watch that recording and then you join. I personally am not someone जो कि बहुत ensure करता है कि okay live लो, fine with recording, perfect. But joining live class gives you a lot of benefits. You know why? The moment you get something like a question comes up, आप फौरन उसको पूछ लेते हो. Similarly, if another student asks a question, you're in the live class, you may listen that up. Okay, there might be a follow-up question, right? Then of course, within the live class, I also try to see if every student get every single thing or not. So if there is something this is my, you know, habit where if I'm like, okay, there is Hasnan in the class, I'll be like, Hasnan, samajh aaye, send the message clear if it's clear. If it's not, to pucho kya nahi samajh aaye, so that I can re-explain it to you, so that I can re-go through it. And another important point here to note is that before you all ask me in the DMs, yes, all the course content would be in English, okay? So the course content, important, everything would be covered in English. I know a lot of you would be expecting me to do it in Urdu, but that might not be possible because we do have a few international students coming in too, inshallah. So if we have international students the way we had in the past paper session, so it's better that we also accommodate them, right? So everything would be in English, inshallah. If there are some jokes, okay, we might somehow, somewhere, very, very rare, do some Urdu phrase, but everything else is going to be, inshallah, in English. The recordings for this session will be available with you all the way till the end of this year. So for the May June 27 students, do know that the access to all the resources you have up here, they will be basically till the end of the year. Okay. So any October November student, ऐसा नहीं है कि आपने सेशन में एग्जाम दे दिया और फिर उसके बाद आप बोलो कि ओके अब मैं जा रहा हूँ टाटा बाय बाय और मैं ना ये रिकॉर्डिंग अपने भाई को दे रहा हूँ. ऐसे नहीं होगा, सही है? So the recording access will be till the end of the year. You may access everything, and of course, any student appearing in May, June 27, if you cover everything with us till the end of the year, there will be absolutely no need at all to come back to these content lectures. क्योंकि तब आपने सिर्फ papers practice करनी है. So any student appearing in May, June 27, keep this in your mind that we're going to cover everything in a way where we will be exploring everything in such detail that by the time we end it up, uske baad, all you need to do is consecutive practice till your exams, inshallah. I would personally be always available for you all over my WhatsApp number. So anything which is not clear, wo aap mujhse hamesha पूछ सकते. So now the thing is, I wanted to officially jump off with the course content. मैंने ये थोड़ी animation भी डाल दी थी, but I feel like it's just like 13 minutes left. So let's just do a few Q&A session, okay, question and answer session. But I would love to answer all of your questions, my bad, and any questions you might have regarding the course content. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up this Q&A box. Okay, just give me a second. How do you open that Q&A box? There used to be a Q. Guys, chill. कोई hand raise करने की जरूरत नहीं है, हो जाएगा, मैं कर लूँगा, okay? Okay, so it's not available at this point. No worries. Easy. One another important point which I forgot was this year we are also trying to make our classes a bit more interactive. Okay, so which would basically mean that alongside these lecture content, you might also get online gaming quizzes. Okay, so you might have heard something known as Kahoot, right? So we might have some online gaming random quizzes to ensure that you all understand everything even better. So let's jump on to the question answer. What I expect you all to do is कि बारी questions पूछना, कोई आप लोग को spam करने की जरूरत नहीं है. Just send one message and then wait till I answer that. Okay, if I don't answer, sabar karo. Okay, please. So yeah, the chat box is now open. You may ask any questions you might have about the course content, anything which you might want to ask. So pucho, and I would love to answer it up for the next 15-ish minutes. And inshallah ta'ala, we're going to jump officially with chapter number one from tomorrow. So now PlayStation, any mera PlayStation, I had an Xbox, okay, and right now I'm on gaming PC. Oh damn, that's great to know. Lumen represented. Let me take a picture of this. Thank you so much, by the way. Is this only for IGCSE or O-levels? Sabke liye. It's for both IGCSE and O-levels. Will there be homework assignments? There won't be homework assignments. Once we end the topic, there will be a quiz which you need to solve. Okay, you're going to solve that. You're going to share feedback at our end. हम बताएंगे क्या गलतियां की है, किस तरह सही करना है, and all that stuff. उसके बगैर we're going to give you topicals which only you are required to solve on your own. अगर आप नहीं करे तो अपना नुकसान है, करे तो आपका अपना फायदा. Okay. So should we write the notes down? Not at all. The note document will be available. So आपने बस वहां से देखना है. Class के दौरान just focus up. Okay. किसके टॉपिकल्स लेने चाहिए तो किसके टॉपिकल्स वो मैटर नहीं करता, बस आप टॉपिकल्स करो वो मैटर करते हैं. एंड आप मैम नाइबा को रीच आउट कर दे, शी कैन प्रोवाइड यू फर्दर डिटेल. ओके, so I haven't studied the syllabus before morning. Of course, Daud, you are fully eligible for this batch, and of course that's the whole intention. If you have never studied computer science before, then this is what you need to join at this point, because everything will be covered up as if kabhi nahi karaya gaya, and we will ensure that you're fully eligible and covered up with everything till your October-November session, so you'll be good to go. So how long the course will carry on for? So the course is going to go all the way till the 1st of November. Okay, so till the 1st of November, it's going to be a 4-month course. June, July, August, September, and of course October mein exams honge, but we might extend a bit of it into it for your further practice. The next session is ideally going to begin from the 1st of November, inshallah. So you may assume that it's going to be a 4 or a 5-month course. Okay. Are you a car guy? No, I'm not a car guy. कौन सी गेम खेलते हैं सर? यार पहले बहुत खेलता होता था, अभी डाउनफॉल आ गया. Are 2026 past papers available? 2026 past papers, no. Are you an Arsenal fan? FCB Barcelona on top. How is life at LAMS? Pretty good. How well do you teach pseudocode? So inshallah, pseudocode is something the way I mentioned, guys. I've been doing programming back from grade 6. Okay, so pseudocode is something which is a really strong thing at my end. You may reach out to a feedback section the way I mentioned previously. Okay, you might open up my Instagram handle, Code Catalyst, go to the feedback part and just have a look at how the students who were crying for those paper number 2 pseudocode problems, unko kitna fayda hua. So you may watch that part from there, and then you may join it. Okay. Yeah, everything, Crafty Girl would be explained. Cool name though. But everything will be covered up from the base. Okay, so from the absolute base, pseudocode, flow chart, structure diagram, सब कुछ होगा. सही है. So I'll be appearing in the October November. So I want, yeah, you would be inshallah fully prepared if you follow our exact plan with the past papers, with the whole practice. So instead of content, content plus practice, inshallah ho chuki hogi. Yes, of course, everybody would be basically fully prepared. Don't worry. Okay, that's my job. I'm here. I'm promising you all to ensure that you all are fully prepared. Agar I feel like there are needs for extra class, mail extra class. Okay, I'm going to ensure every single one of you out there is fully prepared for their exam, and that's the reason. Last year we started in July for the October-November season, and we had straight days for our students who appeared in the October-November session. We started in July. This year we're doing it from June. You know why? Just for the sole purpose कि आपकी तैयारी fully perfect और हो सके. Okay. Then मैंने अभी ना OG का एग्जाम दिए, बट मुझे केम में लग रहा है कि मैथ्स और केम का मैं मेजर में दे दूँ उसको साथ में 15. हाँ तो सही है, कोई मसले की बात नहीं है. लग रहा है जब हाँ इजी सी नहीं, देखो whatever you want हो जाएगा. if there is something like this जो आप डिस्कस करना चाहे बाद में मुझे DM कर देना, so I can explain. But yeah, so they don't give distinction. Yes, there are unfortunately no distinctions in the October-November session. It's only for the May-June session. Sir, will we get digital notes? So which month? You're going to get digital notes. Digital notes will be available till your exams. Okay. So only the recorded lectures will be available till the end of the session. Uske bagad jo bhi resources mein provide karunga, notes ho gaye, topicals and important documents, they are fully available till your exams. Okay. Agli do demo classes mein kya hoga? So in the first demo class, we're going to jump officially with the chapter 1 content. We're going to learn about how computers understands hello and hi, and we're going to see कि आगे क्या scene होगा. So सब होगा. Okay, so we're going to learn how your computer understands the data. Will there be tests? Yes, there will be assignments once a topic ends, which will be marked by us. So did you get your GPA? Not as of now. So would you be able to take out prints? Would we be? Yeah, of course, you may print it if you want it. आप इसको download कर सकते हैं and उसके बाद आप कर सकते हैं. So portal access one when you register with us, and if you have already registered, so inshallah once you'll be added to the group, तो आपको कर देंगे. Will there be another class tomorrow? Yes, demo classes will be conducted today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow. So मैं लिख भी देता हूँ. अगर आपको नहीं idea, तो demo classes are going to be demo for CS. Okay, for CS are basically going to be from 30th, 31st, oh my bad, 31st, and of course 1st of June. So you're going to have 3 demo classes, then आपके पास 3 दिन होंगे सोचने के लिए, and फिर आपको मिलेंगे. All the demo classes will be recorded and will be available on the YouTube channel. So notes कब मिलेंगे? तो आपको जैसी क्लास खत्म होगी, हम टॉपिक एंड करेंगे तो notes आपको मिल जाएंगे. Hi, so has the session started with the class, and will we have a schedule? Likewise, of course, the schedule will be shared. वो आपका पहले से ही बता दूं कि we're gonna have regular classes. Any extra class or cancelled class will be scheduled over the weekend. And आज तो हमने कोई content cover नहीं किया, even though I had planned it up. But from tomorrow onwards, whatever we're gonna be starting off, Bismillah जिसके साथ करेंगे उसी के साथ we're gonna go on, inshallah. Okay, and of course, we're gonna just jump into the content, and उसी के साथ साथ जो हम cover कर ले demo classes में वो फिर से cover नहीं होगा. सही है? So is it okay to be absolutely fine? Okay, don't worry at all. Absolutely fine. सर रिव्यूज कहाँ हैं? तो मैं बता देता हूँ रिव्यूज कहाँ हैं. जस्ट अ सेकंड गाइस. सो बता देता हूँ रिव्यूज कहाँ पे हैं ताकि आप लोग को रिव्यूज का पता लग जाए. सो लेट मी शेयर दिस tab of mine. So you're going to come up to this page of mine, which is Code Catalyst. Okay, up here you're going to go to this feedback section. It's like a full set of highlights जिसमें हमारे numerous students ने अपना feedback provide किया, all the way from the students in the October-November session. This is from the October-November session. These are from the students who just appeared in the exam. So ये आप सारे आराम से पढ़ लेना. I would 100% encourage every single one of you. ये देखो, these are students who were crying कि okay, we never had, okay, like you see guys, and no sugar coating at all, but yeah, you see, right? इसी तरीके से for people who had paper number 1 first, and then of course towards the end paper number 2 ki ye sare hain. And like we had so much feedback, alhamdulillah, okay, I could not even bring it up, and I had to like merge it into a single story because mashallah bar people were like coming up. So I was like, okay, let's just do it up here. So you can review all that feedback and then make a decision. Okay, so yeah, so all the feedback is available there. Moving on, sir, when will we get access जब आपकी वो सब कुछ हो जाएगा? Okay, so कितने महीने फीस देनी है? तो आपने जितने कोर्स कंटेंट आपने सबके लिए देने हैं. So for every month, so like the moment the first comes up, आपने फीस देनी. So it's going to go all the way till October. So October के बाद November से हमारा new session start होगा. So before that, जितने हमारे session continue होंगे उसको आपको देने होंगे. The result sheets होने से negative कोई नहीं होता. It's all math easy सीने. सही. There are students who literally give 15, 16 A stars होती हैं उनके, तो क्या वो एक बार उसमें तो नहीं होते ना. So is IGCSE harder or metric? I feel like metric might be a bit challenging because IGCSE is more conceptual, though आसान होता है. So did you give any O-level subject in October? No, I did not, but I really regret. I'm currently making my younger brother give extra subjects in October. So should a person give October if his school is? Of course, I would 100% encourage my younger brother. Right now he is in O1 and I'm encouraging him to do the exam. So I made him give computer science exam in this May, June, mashallah. And so he's giving other subjects in the coming October, November. But the class recording is shared on YouTube. Only the class recording for the demos will be shared on YouTube. All the other recordings or the official batch for the registered students, those will be only available on your portal. Sir, do you know Mustafa Chawla? Yes, Mustafa Chawla, my goat. I love that person. You never take a picture of it, but yeah. So will you mute us during the classes from 1st June? What if someone said, no. So from the 1st June, the students who will be registered with us, only they will be in the class. And any student who is interrupting the class, we have the whole right to remove them from our session. So any student registering with us, उन्हें ensure करना है कि आप लोग तमीज से बैठे क्लास के अंदर, इंसानों की तरह बैठे. अगर आप इंसानों की तरह नहीं बैठते तो I have full right to remove you. Okay, so I'm not someone up here जो कि मतलब पैसों के लिए इतना बैठा होगा, या मैं बोल रहा हूँ कि okay एक student आ रहा है, so I might be like okay पैसे. Now I want you guys to learn the right way too. Okay, my goal is for you all to understand everything the right way, and for that reason I want every one of you to be committed. I'm going to give it my best and I expect you all to give it your best. So कोई interrupt नहीं करेगा inshallah. Sir, did you will cover the syllabus in mean 4 months? What if I'm... Yeah, so even if you're new in O-levels, don't worry. वो हमने रोहान सब cover ही इस तरह करना है कि, like, you know, the biggest problem is that the school propaganda, they made this whole thing over a span of 3 years. And I'm going to prove it to you all the way I did it for the previous 2 sessions, alhamdulillah, कि ये 4 महीनों का course है. 4 महीनों में we're going to cover everything in great detail, inshallah. कोई आपको टेंशन लेने की जरूरत नहीं. If you are new in O-levels, you have never studied computer science before, this is exactly what you need. So extra subjects से क्या फायदा होता? It helps in university admissions. Okay. So in October, November कोई नहीं ये भी सारी fake बात है. Okay. So it's all possible to balance CS, business and maths for this October. So Fala, that depends on you, to be honest. Ideally managing 2 subjects won't be difficult. 3 थोड़ा challenging हो जाएगा. But if you go with 2, that's really possible. So will these classes be enough to help me get through, or will there be extra supplementary classes? To be honest, they are more than enough. So if you cover this, it's going to cover every course content. It's going to make sure कि आपके सारे past paper questions हो जाए. Everything would be covered up in great detail. तो आपने कोई tension लेने की जरूरत नहीं. उसके बाद आपने practice करनी है. And of course, the moment you don't get anything, you can always reach out. So I'm not like कि आपका session over हो गया तो reach out नहीं कर सकते. You can always reach out to me. I would love to answer all of your questions. So can I message you from Insta if I have trouble with it? You can of course message me on Insta. You can always reach out to me on WhatsApp. WhatsApp मेरा active ज़्यादा होता है, so just reach out to me on my WhatsApp. I had it, the number shared up there. तो yes. Sir, October में distinction नहीं होती तो फिर कोई नहीं, आप distinction के tips सभी से सीखो, आगे किसी और subject में apply कर लो. So what do you think about it? Excel IDCSE. It's the same as the Cambridge one, though. Doesn't make any big difference though. Okay. So is the content uploaded on your YouTube channel different from the live online classes? So the content uploaded on my YouTube channel is not full. Okay. So it's like maybe I've only uploaded chapter number 1 and I've uploaded chapter number 3 for the paper number 1. And for paper number 2, I've only uploaded chapter 7 and chapter 8. But those were from the very first session I conducted ever in my teaching career. Okay. Right now, the layover session, it basically has everything the newer way. So we're going to go into more depth. We're going to do more questions. We're going to provide you with more resources. We're going to do a unique sort of learning this time. So the one which I have uploaded for chapter 7, 8, जिसमें मैंने pseudo code समझाया, उसके अंदर कोई practice नहीं हुई. Right now, we are ensuring कि आपकी practice भी हो. So it's like sort of very easily. And this newer session is exactly the most, inshallah, well-crafted session out of every session I've conducted till now, inshallah. And we're going to cover everything in super duper great detail, inshallah. Sir, it's taking 3 subjects tricky since my first time. Maham, it is doable. कोई इतना वो नहीं होता. मैं तो कहूँगा कि if you go with 2, if you're appearing in October November session 2 के साथ चले जाओ, and generally then you will be prepared for the May June session. फिर May June में आप 4 दे दो. But अगर आप अभी करना चाहते हो तो आप वो कर सकते हो. Yeah, of course, Rohan. So the class has officially ended. We are just staying back for any questions of the students who might have any questions. Otherwise, see you guys inshallah tomorrow again in the demo class. Same 9 p.m. We're going to cook it together. For anybody who might be interested in registering, just reach out to Ma'am Naiba. She's going to share the further details. And of course, uske baad you may be added to a registered students club. Sir, IGCSE has more international recognition O level. Doesn't make a difference, to be honest, same here. Sir, 8 subjects and average increasing not good for कोई ये फला ऐसी कोई बात नहीं है. वैसे ही लोग बोलते रहते हैं. काफी बच्चे मल्टीपल उसमें करते रहते हैं. इतना इंशाल्लाह इससे कोई मसला नहीं है. Okay. So can you please tell your WhatsApp number? Of course. Where did I share my WhatsApp number? It was somewhere up here. Yeah. So let me screen share this. So yeah, that's my number up here. So you may just text me afterwards and hold it. Can I balance CS with physics for October numbers? Yeah, easily doable. Easily 110% doable. Like CS and physics, easy scene. Inshallah, aram se ho jayega. Distinction, you will do really well. Okay, just trust yourself. I always say, do your best, trust Allah, trust yourself. Sab ho jayega, don't worry. Okay, so then it's 10 or 2 p.m. everybody. If you have any questions, you may ask them right now. If not, then that's it for today. It was a lovely demo class, mashallah, and alhamdulillah. With the name of Allah, we are officially going to be starting off with the syllabus content from tomorrow, inshallah. And bas Allah ke fazl se, inshallah, it's going to go super well. Allah se madad mangenge, khud mehnat karenge, and everything will be great, inshallah. Okay. Will we be able to open our camera and microphone? No, you will not be allowed to open the camera and the microphone. The chat box will be opened up. So, aap chat box se questions puchenge, and of course, if there is something which you were unable to explain through the chat box, where you were sort of needing the microphone to be turned on, so I would allow you specifically to aap microphone se question pooch sakte. Otherwise, generally the mic will be turned off. Any other question, guys? All right, seeing none, then that was it for today. Take care, everybody. See you guys inshallah tomorrow again at 9 p.m. Allah Hafiz and best of luck. Take care. Bye bye. Ciao ciao. Tata. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye.